Good evening, it's Mr. AIM TV. I'm going to be going through the first round of the group stage. Obviously, every team has played so far in the World Cup, so we've got to see every single team play. I'll just give my judgment based on the first games, which is, to be honest, a wrong thing to do because teams can gradually grow into the tournament. But just my assessment of the first game and who I think is kind of favourites to win the tournament and to go far in it. So this is going to be my just round one of the games in the 2022 Qatar World Cup. Yeah, so starting off with the opening game, Qatar versus Ecuador. Ecuador were the better team on the night, and I think they're the better team overall. Top performance by Ecuador so far. Obviously, it's just finished. Ecuador versus Netherlands. It's finished 1-1, so that means Ecuador have got 4 points from 6, which is a decent start for them in the tournament. I think the decider is going to be the next game against Senegal. To be honest, if they get a draw, they'll be good to go, obviously, because Senegal have to get a win. And the Netherlands, obviously, they beat Qatar. They should be fine. So Ecuador so far, brilliant start to the tournament. Qatar, they're officially out of the tournament. They've lost today against Senegal 3-1. So Qatar are the first team to be eliminated from the tournament. Next was Senegal versus the Netherlands. Great win for the Netherlands, and they've drawn today. So the Netherlands seem to be on the path of gaining qualification to the next round. It should be smooth and easy for them to get through to the next round, to be honest. They've only got Qatar to beat, and they should get the job done. Fingers crossed they do. Starting with the second group, we've had England versus Iran. And what a performance that was from the boys. Absolutely smashed Iran 6-2. The only negative from that game was the fact that we conceded 2 goals, which I was a bit disappointed about. The penalty was an absolute disgrace. How was that a penalty, and how did Harry Maguire not get a penalty? I would never know, but yeah, it was shocking refereeing, and but yeah, England performed well. We absolutely played Iran off the park, and now England are warming up to face the USA, which I think we should get the job done. I'm expecting a good performance, and I'm expecting a load of goals. So yeah, I think we should get the job done against the USA. Next game was USA versus Wales. Obviously, Wales, not a great start to the tournament whatsoever. They drew against the United States, and they lost today against Iran. So most likely, Wales are out of the tournament. Wouldn't have been what Gareth Bale would have wanted, but it looks like it's going to be too hard for them now to get anything out of the tournament, especially because their next game is against England. And I'm not saying anything, but our second string side could absolutely play Wales off the park. So yeah, not good start for Wales, and they are technically out of the tournament. Third group, Saudi Arabia versus Argentina. What a shock that was. What a shock that was. Saudi Arabia beating Argentina 2-1. What a performance by the Saudis. The Argentinians were absolutely dreadful on that day. They got caught in the offside track that Saudi Arabia planned. I think the Argentinian national team just came into the game and thought, oh, we'll have a nice one here today, and thought they would walk all over the Saudis, but no, it wasn't the case. They were slow, they were lethargic in the second half, and they were absolutely terrible. The second half performance is one of the worst performances you will see in World Cup second half performance. Absolutely dreadful from them, and they will be wanting to put things right tomorrow against Mexico. They play tomorrow against Mexico, I believe. Yes, they do play against Mexico. Argentina want to put things straight. The other game in their group was Mexico versus Poland, and oh my god, 0-0. And I hate 0-0 games. It's absolutely appalling. It's a torture to watch the games. 0-0, just boring game. Lewandowski missed a penalty. He's still yet to score a World Cup goal. Yeah, it's upsetting, and they've got a game tomorrow against Saudi Arabia. Well, if they played anything like they did against Mexico, they could be in serious trouble. But yeah, I think Poland go into that game as favourites. And yeah, we just have to wait and see for tomorrow. Next group was France group, I believe. Yeah, so Denmark against Tunisia, another 0-0. Oh my God. Like, I don't watch football games to watch 0-0, to be honest. But yeah, it's just, yeah, Tunisia defended well. They grinded a result out of the game. They were good at times. But yeah, Denmark would be upset coming out of the game with nothing. France absolutely smashed Australia. And that's the France that we expected. To be honest, I don't think France have what it takes to win the tournament. That's just my first assessment of them. I've only watched 90 minutes, but I don't think they have what it takes. They're just lacking that player in the midfield and up top. Well, Giroud does an absolute beast of a job, but they need something extra there. And yeah, I just don't think France are going to win the tournament. I don't think they're favourites at the moment, but what a result against Australia. Moving on, Morocco's group, Morocco and Belgium's group. Morocco versus Croatia, another 0-0 draw. And what is up with these 0-0 draws, man? It's absolutely atrocious. 0-0, nothing, just boring game. Belgium versus Canada. Belgium got the job done, 1-0. Weren't impressive at all. They were not impressive whatsoever. In fact, Canada should be absolutely feel hard done by. They should have got 3 points or at least a point out of the game. Alphonso Davies missed a penalty. So yeah, Canada won't be happy with that, but they come out of that game with no points, and I think the next game is against Morocco. So they will want to get things straight in that one. Spain's group, Spain 7-0. That's it. Just 7-0. And you know the rest. They absolutely destroyed Costa Rica. Costa Rica were non-existent, and I think they're going to exit the tournament from the group stages. Germany versus Japan. What a result by Japan. What a result. Absolutely brilliant. Japan, in the first half, were kind of a bit protective, stayed at the back, tried to defend. But the second half, they just unlocked the shackles, and what a second half performance by Japan. They absolutely played Germany off the park, and if it weren't for Manuel Neuer, it could have been 3. It could have been 3 or maybe even 4. So Japan, yeah, what a second half performance. 3 points in the bag, and now it's just, if they win their game against Costa Rica, they should be fine and should qualify to the next round. Germany's not looking good. Spain seem like they're the best team in the tournament. So yes, Spain should find everything easy for them and should qualify to the next round. No problems. Group G, Switzerland versus Cameroon, 1-0. Yeah, Switzerland got the job done, but I thought Cameroon were better on the day, but they just couldn't score a goal. And at the end of the day, if you can't score, you're not going to win a game of football. So yeah, Cameroon, not a good performance, just a lot of possession, no end product. Switzerland got the job done, and Brian Mbeumo didn't celebrate. So yeah, Switzerland got the job done, 1-0. Lovely jubbly. Team the group, Brazil versus Serbia, and it was a good game. I enjoyed it. It was one, I would say it was maybe the best game so far. Brazil versus Serbia. Obviously, Brazil aren't afraid to attack, just leave spaces behind, just go on, chase the game. And what a bunch of players Brazil have. Mate, the talent that Brazil have got in their squad is frightening. I just hope England don't have to play them until the final or something like that, because Brazil have got one hell of a team. As for Group H, Uruguay versus South Korea, you guessed it, another 0-0 game. Boring. But yeah, South Korea were good. South Korea played well. Uruguay, obviously, with all the talent they've got, they should be scoring. But yeah, it was a good job by Korea getting a point, and now They should try and win the game against Ghana, and then maybe they could find themselves in a position where they could qualify to the next round. So yeah, 0-0, just a bit boring. Last game was Portugal versus Ghana, and you guessed it, Portugal won 3-2. Ronaldo scores, Ronaldo makes history. What more do you want me to say? Fifth goal in his fifth World Cup that he scores in. What a player, what a legend. He goes down as the greatest player of all time, personally, in my opinion. What a player Cristiano Ronaldo is. But Portugal, all in all, I think it wasn't one of their better performances. They got the job done. Ghana have got a good side. Ghana played really well. I don't know if it was Portugal's weaknesses or Ghana's strength, but Ghana played really well, and could feel hard done by again that they didn't get anything out of the game. But yeah, Ghana, what a performance by them. But Portugal came on top. Yep, there you have it. That's the first round of games from the World Cup. Like I said, I'm just waiting now. I think it's about 5 minutes till kickoff. England kickoff against the USA. The boys have to get the job done. We have to qualify now, and just so the game against Wales, we can basically play a second string team. Lovely jubbly. The World Cup has been an absolute belter. Like, the amount of games I'm watching, it's the amount of games I'm consuming. It's just unhealthy amount, but we love to see it's the World Cup. We enjoying it once every 4 years. Nothing wrong with that. Come on, England. And yeah, that's been my first take on the first round of games at the 2022 Qatar World Cup. I've been Mr. MTV. Till next time, we are over and